Cheers! Hello everybody, my name is Tiffany, I'm the Tipsy Artist, and today we are going live and we're painting our beautiful little llama, Christmas llama. So I've got some wine. Let's talk about all the other supplies that we have. We've got our paints. Mine's a little disheveled, but let me show you what yours will look like. And it's all brand new and pretty, just like that. So awesome. Okay. And then we have our brushes. So 3 cute little brushes. We've got our mama brush and our little buddy and then our little bit. And then I've got some paper towels for y'all, or you can use a little napkin like this. And you want to make sure that you get out some water to begin with. And then paint plates. Got 2 paint plates that come with the kit. Anything works like that, flat surface. I've seen some people be crazy and use tin foil and all kinds of crazy stuff. But if you get our kit, we always include that with it. So all kinds of fun stuff. Now, let me talk about the Traceable. This comes with every kit here. I want to make sure I can see y'all. Hello, everybody. All right, so this is the line art. And we've got transfer paper here. And you always want to make sure that your transfer paper has the dull gray side facing up, and then you want to make sure that the shiny side faces the canvas. And then that will be all set. And then you have some washi tape. Where's mine? This will help you secure the line art to the transfer paper and then to the canvas. We actually have a whole nother video on just how to do this too if you need that. But that's this process here. And then we do include a colored pencil and then also a permanent marker. So let's talk about this a little bit. So I went ahead and worked ahead so you wouldn't have to just watch the back of my head draw for a really long time. That's not very exciting. So what's cool is that the colored pencil will do all the line art, and this will transfer to your canvas. And then I also include a permanent marker so that you can go over every single line with a hard black line too. Makes it super easy for beginners. So I see little hearts floating up in the air. Thank you so much. And welcome everybody. All right, so a couple of things about this particular line art is that I'm doing black in the background today, so a lot of this will drop out. So I didn't bother with the stuff that will drop out. What I do is I wait till the very end, and then you can actually cut out sections of your line art, and then you can just transfer it right over the top. It will show up. The transfer quality has a graphite feel to it, and so it actually will show up over the top of the black. It'll be really subtle, but you will be able to see it, and so you can always work back in lettering at the very end. So what it looks like right now, let's go ahead and flip this. That's what it looks like. I went ahead and just kept the lettering out. I'm going to do that in a free-handed way for this painting tutorial. But I got all the basic elements in, all the basic shapes in. So, such a cutie! All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and start with all the bright colors first, and then we'll finish up. No, do I want to do that? Oh, you know what? I'm going to start with black. I'm going to start, because I want that to set up and dry, and then I want to come back and do the lettering at the very end. Okay, that's my decision. Yes. Sometimes, you know, I change my mind. Just like a woman. We have that right. Okay, so I've got some, let's see here. Mars Black is what we need. Mars Black, okay, so I'm going to go ahead. And I've been painting a lot. I was over in YouTube earlier, and now I am doing a live on Facebook. So, here we go. I'm going to start with my mama brush, and it is clean and just moist. This is a 1/2 inch Taklon brush. Love it. These are my most favorite brushes. Even if you have just a ton of money to spend, I still just adore these brushes. They're just my favorite. So they're super affordable, great for any budget. They're awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and just push into this lovely black paint. Back and forth, that will load it up. Awesome, okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and spread this into the background. So this will take just a little bit of a hot minute to go ahead and place this in here. So at first you don't have to be too thoughtful about how you place the paint on. As a matter of fact, the main thought I want you to have right now is just to relax. Hey, thank you. Oh, love you too. I just want y'all to relax. Everybody needs to relax. We need more wine. We need more relaxation. We need more painting. Are you with me? As a matter of fact, speaking of, cheers. I keep thinking I need to come up with some sort of drinking game for this. Okay. All right, so let's go back to painting. All right, so what was I saying about brush strokes? All right, so initially you can just go ahead and place it on the canvas, just back and forth. But here's what I like to do with black. So it's going to surprise you. You're thinking, oh, you won't see any brush strokes when it dries, but actually you do. It will dry, and of course it dries. I don't know why I said that. When it dries, you want to go ahead and watch out for this before it dries and do little crisscross strokes as much as you can. I personally love this texture in the background because if you try to just sweep it back and forth, a lot of times people will paint like this and they have lots of little choppy lines in their black. And so what happens is you'll see all that when it dries, unfortunately. So you want to keep the texture kind of random. So initially it's okay, that first coat, that's fine if you just want to go ahead and just get lost in the process and do this and sing along and drink and have fun with it. But you do always want to come back in and do a little bit of texturing so that you don't see any of those choppy brush strokes, at least not in any pattern formation. So this is just random enough to where you just see this really nice painterly texture that happens in the background. So again, just keep that texture going, lots of little cross strokes. So again, it kind of feels like you make the letter X over and over and over again. Let's see that one more time. So again, like a letter X, hold the brush over to the side and just crisscross that back and forth. And by the way, for everybody out there watching, just want to say hello, hello. And also, I apologize if I don't get to the comments just right away. I've noticed that, I don't know why, but I used to see all the comments really clearly in the beginning. And now it seems like, oh wow, I just got paint everywhere. Anyway, now it seems like I can't see a lot of the comments until the very end. Like when I'm done filming and then I go back and I catch up with everybody and then I can see everything. All right, so here we go. Let's continue our little crisscross. Just back and forth. But I promise I'll always leave you a little note. Say hi. I always check afterwards. And I always see who was here and who said hello. And I'll answer any questions that you have in writing, provide any links that you need, give you any information you need. I always put that in writing afterwards. All right, so as I am painting around, these are little Christmas lights, and they're really fun. They're very retro, very stylized in that way. And I can get around most of it with my mama brush, but I will have to switch over to like a little bit brush here in just a little bit, and I will have to switch to get around. I can just feel it in here. It's gonna get tiny. So I wanna stay with the bigger brush as much as I can. It's just easier to work with in the bigger areas, but definitely will have to switch over with my little bit brush just momentarily to get into those smaller shapes. So it's gonna look a little bit choppy to begin with, like around the edges, the tops. But I promise I will come back and get that, clean it up a little bit. So right now I'm using the handy line edge of the brush to get into those narrow pathways. So you just have to basically make sure you have a nice thin line and then hold the brush, you know, just like you would a pencil. Lots of black to begin with. But I think these simple backgrounds are really nice because they help you just kind of chill out and relax with it. And then always remember to kind of feather it back out. All right, I don't want to forget about those little details. So I'm gonna, before I forget, I don't want to forget. Let's see, let's grab a little bit. Let's see. Let's do a little twist. So this is a little liner brush. I'm gonna do a little twist here into the paint, get a nice fine point. And I want to make sure that I don't forget about these tiny little details around the Christmas lights. So it's just a little tiny dip into the black paint, and then you just want to hold it just like you'd hold a little pencil, and then do your little precise cut-in work around the little tops here. Almost done. All right, and since it is all black, we don't have to worry about color matching. I'm gonna try to go ahead, well, I still have a little bit. Let's go ahead and tag some of those little tiny areas. Like this is definitely a little tiny area in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my little bit to go ahead and get into this small section. And in here as well. And then we have a few little spots in between the little legs in here. I know we have people from all over kind of curious about the weather for everyone today. Because it is late November, I am painting for Christmas. I am, of course, wearing my little Santa hat. And it was 77 degrees here today. So, it's crazy. Crazy, crazy. I don't know if other people are expecting or experiencing rather little heat waves right now. I think that's technically a little bit of a heat wave for the end of November. It's pretty warm. It was beautiful though. All right, so we've got our detail work done. I'm gonna go ahead and take my little bit brush and just rest it into the water. So now I'm going to go ahead and do my cut-in work, kind of feather it back out. And then as I get into the wide open spaces, then I'll remember to go back to my little crisscross. So, and as I come in around this long line edge, here's what's so cool about the Mama brush. Long line edge of the brush can just go all the way down. Makes it so much easier than if I were using a smaller brush. That's how that's really helpful there. And then turn it back over to the side, and then just kind of feather it back out into our background. Do a little crisscross here. And continue crisscrossing. Also, I want to make sure y'all know we're painting a lot live right now, trying to get caught up on all of our Christmas. There was about a whole week or so that we lost due to the lovely ice storms. So, it's 2020. So, yes. So we're getting caught up. Still be seeing me online a lot. Super excited to be back with y'all. And then also this Sunday, we're doing something very special. So we're doing a special fundraiser for an organization called Morgan's Purpose. And it's a super wonderful cause. Really helps mothers. There's definitely some sadness there in terms of the healing that has to occur for them, but it is for mothers who have lost an infant. And if you know of anybody that has struggled with that, who would love to support that cause, make sure and let them know. It's a beautiful mom that organizes all of it and raises money for that cause. And she has more information about that on her website, Morgan's Purpose, but we're doing a big fundraiser for her on Sunday at 3 o'clock. So I'm super excited about it. It's our first ever virtual fundraiser. And so she has sold all these kits, and we're gonna paint online and do a big live and get everybody really excited about that. And it's gonna be awesome. And we're painting a buffalo check snowman with a candy cane. So it's gonna be fun. So all the information for that is on tipsyartist.com if y'all want to check that out. It's also in our events too. Yeah, they do some very powerful, they have some great methods. I want y'all to read up on it though. It's very interesting what they provide, but it's definitely very healing. So it's all about healing for the moms that have gone through that. And my sweet puppy dog is here next to me, and she wants to get in my lap, but she can't. Makes me sad, kind of. But it's kind of challenging because she's about 50 pounds. But she doesn't think she's 50 pounds. And she especially doesn't think it because I go ahead and let her get into my lap all the time. Yay! I'm so excited! Yes! Picnic basket! That is so exciting! Yay, yay, yay! Alright, crisscross the brush. Back and forth. I gotta feather all that out. I think I did a good job. Keep telling yourself that as you paint. Say, I'm doing such a good job. I'm so awesome. Keep telling yourself that all the time. And then tell yourself to relax and let go. And just breathe. And drink a little wine. All right, so there is our beautiful background. Let's see, do I have, I missed a little spot. You know what else I say? There are no mistakes, only possibilities. But I did catch that little possibility. I want that to be black. So here's what's nice about the black. Again, there's no color matching that has to happen. So even if you, you need to get in to go to the potty? Can you get in? Can you go potty? I haven't locked the door, have I? Oh. You can still get to your door, sweetie, I think. Uh-oh. I hope my doggy can get to the bathroom door. We have a little doggy door, and I'm wondering if she's feeling like she can't get to it because I'm in the way. Well, She might leave me a present to let me know. I hope not, but I will. Okay, it won't take me that long. She can be patient. She can wait. She's a good doggy, but hopefully that's not the issue. Maybe she just wants my attention. Okay, let's see. I'll give her a pet. Hey, girl. Let's see, can y'all see her? You can see my girl. I know. Okay, let's mix up some green. Let's do some green. All right, so in your painting kit here, all right, we're going to do, bless you, Ira. All right, we're going to do some cadmium green and then some bright yellow green. And I actually have some from the class I was doing earlier, so I'm just gonna take my little buddy brush and just mix those together. All right, so there it is, beautiful. I wonder about this light situation. I hope y'all can see that. It's kind of interesting. I've got studio lights on. This is my first time to film at night, and I'm noticing it's kind of doing a whitewash thing. So lots of new technical lessons for us as we embark in the world of online learning. It's really interesting. Lots of studying, lots of new things to learn. It's very exciting. Okay, what am I looking for? I'm looking for my little bit brush. Let's get another one here. Okay. So, a little bit, what do I do over there? Okay, so let's get our little bit brush. Let's do a quick little twist into this green. So again, this is bright yellow green with our cadmium green. So I'm gonna twist it in between my fingertips. That will load it up into a nice fine point. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start to paint. Actually, I'm gonna do the small pieces here. So I'm gonna spin it little circle for my little circles. I just realized that's a big area for this. I'm gonna use little buddy again. And this little circle. And if you need your paint to be a little bit more fluid, you can certainly add some water to it. I would just make sure that you put it on a flat surface so that you do not get water runs. But adding a little bit of water can help the paint move a little bit more freely. Now when we paint live in big classes and we're always on an easel, then I discourage beginners from using a lot of water in the paint because of water runs. There's just only so many lessons we can tackle all at once with beginners, so I usually just tell them to avoid it and just always keep the brush just moist and not have excess water in the brush. But you can, if you're at home and you've got a flat surface, you can actually play with a little bit more water mixed in with your paint. And then as long as it's flat, you can see how it can extend the paint and you don't have to worry about the water runs. So this is a lovely little chevron pattern. Something else you can do in this section here, if you want to play with it, I was going to do it and then I forgot. But you can do like a buffalo plaid in here. All you have to do is just take your ruler and make lines all the same distance apart and just run it vertically and then horizontally. And I have lots of other painting lessons with buffalo plaid in them, so you can adapt that way from another lesson. But that would be really cute on this, is to have just a little tiny touch of buffalo plaid in here too if you wanted. And not there. You know what, I was gonna use Little Buddy. I'm actually gonna just continue using Little Bit just to be consistent. Work into these tiny little areas here. There's my honey bear.
Oh, wow. Are you filming?
I am. I'm live on Facebook.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's all right. Ira has already come by to say hello. I think she wanted in my lap. I hope that's what it was.
Well, I think that's you something, but I can wait.
Okay, yeah, we can eat after this.
Okay, no problem.
But yeah, I was hoping I wasn't blocking her from going potty out back, but I think she's okay. I think she's one of my love. Yay, so we have all of our green done. Okay, I think. Oh, you know what? I want to do some on the Christmas lights up here. So again, still using a little bit brush. Do a little twist to make sure it still stays in a nice fine point. And there we go. I'm going to keep the little filament section white. That'll just work nicely with this particular kind of a retro style Christmas bulb here. Nice little rounded point. Oh, you know what? I was gonna alternate. Darn. Oh, man. Oh, well. You know. What is it I always say? Well, I have two sayings. There are no mistakes, only possibilities. So we're just going to go with the possibility of lots of green lights. And you know why? Because we want to think about going. And you know what else? We want to think about going and not stopping. And we want to think about prosperity. And lots of, how about that? Maybe lots of prosperity for 2020. So green for moolah and prosperity, because we all need to be blessed right now. So there's my little lesson with there are no mistakes, only possibilities. And there it is, green lights. Go llama, go. Beautiful. Okay, so lots of beautiful green for going and prosperity, and I love it. Okay, so now let's do some red. Very exciting, red. Okay, I have my red from earlier. Let's grab that plate. So the kit comes with a cadmium red. Wait, can y'all see that? Boy, this lighting is super, super weird. So cadmium red. And then primary magenta. So I need to mix that in equal parts. All right, so let's do a big dollop of primary magenta. And then we're going to do a big dollop of cadmium red. So the size of this will be like heaping quarter size dollops. So I'm going to take my little, this is Little Buddy, little 1/4 inch flat. Let's mix those two together. So that just basically cools off that warm red. Now we've got a nice cool red. All right, and while I still have it loaded up on this brush, the one large area I have to work into is the Santa hat. So I'm going to go ahead and work that into the hat here. By the way, if you order this and somebody with your group doesn't really want a Santa hat and they want it to be a little bit more like non-seasonal all year round, of course you can go ahead and just not put the Santa hat on. So that's definitely an option. Just kind of round out that little head right there. Or if you love the look of this, but we actually have another llama that doesn't have the Christmas hat on, and so if you're wanting like an all year round llama like this, If you can't find it on our website, just send me an email. And if it's not posted, then I'll make sure it's posted. But I know we have a painting that just has the basic llama too. All right, I'm gonna switch gears and go back to my little bit brush. I had to give it a little bath. Now I need to dry it off, make sure I get that excess water out of there. So just moist, nice and clean here, and then I'm gonna twirl it back into this cool red color that we mixed up. And then I'm gonna go ahead and paint into the little shapes. So all those beautiful shapes are in place for us. And of course we did our little fun cheat, if you will. I think it's a lovely cheat move. It's with the permanent marker and the traceable, and so all those shapes are nice and refined. Just makes it a lot easier. Now you just paint into it. So to me, it kind of reminds me of like coloring book painting at this point, which is super relaxing. It also helps you focus on what's important, like drinking wine instead. Okay, I'll get back to painting. All right, so now let's go ahead and continue filling into our little flower. And you can make these flowers all different colors if you want. Like you can definitely go with some bright colors. We have so many different colors in our kit. So if you want it to be a little bit more of like a boho style llama with lots of bright hippie colors, you can. Because we have just all the colors. And we have a really good color mixing guide that shows you how to mix up everything too. So just lots of patience with this. Hold it like a pencil. Come towards your canvas like that. And you can just imagine how, like this is a really pretty little flower design here, but if you were going for more of that fun boho look with the bright colors, then this could be like a much brighter, like maybe big sunflower. So super cute. And let's do some little red tops here. Let's bring a little bit of that red in. This is my There Are No Mistakes, Only Possibilities segment since I forgot to alternate my colors up here. Oh well. I just focused on having more green in the go and more green. We all need more of that after 2020. We need to replenish. So, are you with me, everybody? That's what we need out there. I wish for everyone to have abundance and prosperity in 2021. All right, so now let's go ahead and pick up a little bit of some white now. I'm gonna mix that in with that red because we're gonna make a really pretty little pink for the nose. Lovely little light baby pink. Now, I've got the belly of the brush is kind of full, so I need to twist it back out, get a nice fine point. And then let's go ahead and just lightly place that into that little shape. It's kind of like a little triangle. It's at an angle there. And don't worry about a little bit of overpaint that happens as you paint this in, because the great thing about like our kit is that it always comes with the permanent marker, and so you can firm up the line edges at the very end. Or you can just refine the painting part at the very end too. All right, now I'm gonna show you how to do a fun little dot technique. So let's get a bright color here. So I'm gonna grab some cadmium yellow. And I think I'll just keep that white with it. see, a little bit of white, a little bit of cadmium yellow. For the most part, I'm gonna leave it pretty bright as it is. And then I want to use my Little Buddy brush. So it's a nice medium size. I've got Little Buddy, I'm gonna use the handle though. And I'm gonna go ahead and dip into that paint. And then I'll just push straight forward, and then that makes a nice fine little dot right in the middle of each one of those little flowers. And so you can do this with any color, works really well. This is a great technique. You could even do a polka dot, like a polka dot pattern if you want. Easy for someone to say. I'm struggling. There we go. Polka dot pattern. Okay, I knew I was going to get it eventually. Let's do a little bit of that. Okay, so I'm going to take the Little Buddy brush, dip into the white, and then let's do a little polka dot. Yay, that's super cute. So this is just white on green, and you could do, of course, red on green. Oh, poo. Just a second. I'm just, you know. Somebody's been drinking. All right, hold on a second. That's okay. What's most important, relax, have fun. All right, I'm gonna do a little line. This is my second class today. So Tipsy's been hitting the sauce a little. You know, that's my excuse. It's my job, I have to, you know? All right, so here is Little Buddy. Let's dip right back into that white. Let's see if I can do it. Ah, that's better. Way to get it in the center this time. Way to go, Tipsy. Nice. So you can just go crazy with these things. So fun. The other thing that I do is I do sprinkle these around with some black in the background. Let's do some of that, that's fun. Make sure that you give a quick little wipe when you start fresh color. So again, here is the end of the brush. I'm gonna dip into some black. And then this is a really fun way to have some polka dots happening as pattern here. So really cute. And these would be a little bit challenging to freehand on, especially if you start spinning the brush, but to just kind of layer them on like this, just really cute and easy. All right, so that's good, I think. I'm gonna leave it just like that. And gosh, let me look at my little model back here, see what else is happening. Okay, so we can do a little string of lights that's happening. So I'm gonna take my, you know what, actually, let's do Little Buddy. So we got a flat line edge there. So this is a 1/4 inch flat Taklon brush. I'm gonna press into the white paint. All right, nice and loaded up, nice thin edge. And then I just wanna kinda loosely take this across the background. So this is the wire in which all these lovely little lights are hanging from. So it just kind of goes across. And so you can definitely kind of wiggle the brush a little bit. Be kind of casual about it since it's just kind of floating through the air. They're attached on both sides. And then while I also still have this loaded up with a little bit of white, I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the top of the Santa hat here. Now I actually went into a little bit of some wet black, which it did turn it just a slight hint of light gray in here. Totally fine, actually looks really great. You have to watch that a little bit. And then kind of lightly feather this out with the side of the brush. Very nice, okay. There's our little fur ball. Got a little bit of brown in there too. Well, Dirty Santa. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Okay. So many possibilities in this painting. Lovely, 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 lovely. Okay, so let's take a look. We have a little bit more of some ornate work that we can do with or without the template, freehanded on, and then also the lettering that can be done at this point as well. Okay, so, and lettering's always optional too. You don't have to do it. You can just do, like if you wanted to, you could do like little snow flurries in the sky. We'll do a few of those too, just to give you that option. But I'm gonna go ahead and write on the word Merry Christmas on here. I'm just gonna go ahead and freehand it. I do always recommend beginners at home to go ahead and just take your pencil and lightly do that over the finish. Or of course you can just use our template and our transfer paper to do it, but you just have to make sure that everything is completely dry before you start that process. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my little bit brush and do a little twist here into the white paint. And then we're going to do some Merry Christmas. See, I'm gonna start over here. I'm gonna make sure I've got enough room. And I try to balance my hand with my little pinky here. That helps stabilize the hand when you're doing work that's a little bit more precise. Let's see, I'm trying to think how I did that up there. All right, so we have our cute little Merry Christmas there. And I'm personally always a fan of the free-handed look. I think it personalizes it, definitely gives it a little bit more personality. I'll touch up that little snowball there. And then I've got a few places I need to clean up with little black edges, and you can do this as long as your canvas is completely dry. You can come back in and do it with a permanent marker. A little cautionary tale about these guys is that if they hit wet paint, it completely destroys them instantly. So you do need to make sure that they are only, that you only use them on a dry surface. Or you can just use paint over the top here. All right, so a little bit again and twist it into the black paint. And then I'm gonna go ahead and firm up. See, I have a little bit of an overpaint on this nose here. So I'm gonna touch that up and kind of firm up this little Santa hat. Those little lines there. For the most part, a lot of our black outline work is done because of the black background that happens. So that made it a lot easier on us, actually. Sometimes we have to go back in and do a hard black line around everything, but in this case, it's pretty much already done, so we're pretty good on that. I'm gonna firm up that little line here. And then I'm gonna check my little design work in here. I think we're still been pretty good. I'm gonna firm that line up. Let's see, I think we're good. get these little leaves one more time too. And do one little tiny center line right in the middle. Kind of a nice little accent. Every once in a while as you're doing this, make sure you kind of twist out the excess paint. Sometimes the belly of the brush gets really full, and then it makes it really hard to do a nice delicate line. So I'll come back in and just make it really thin again. Just a little bit of work around our chevron pattern here. Help kind of reinforce that. And then this little section that needs to be reinforced. And every time we come back over it with another black line, it really helps make that object pop out to the front. So when you clean it up a little bit with these black lines, I think it really helps. And then these little tiny triangles. So cute. We can add a tiny little flash point. I think we're almost done here. Oh, I can do, oh, you know what else? I'm gonna do little sources of light. Oh, no, that didn't work. I'm gonna wash off my brush. Hold on, wash the brush. Now let's go into some white and the cadmium. All right, and I'm gonna do like just tiny little dashes. Yay, like little bits of light there. Oh, I told you I was gonna teach you how to do a little bit of snow. Yay, hey, thank you. Yeah, this was fun. Makes more sense to do this at night. Wait till after it's 5 o'clock. So, let's see, little buddy. Let's get a little buddy brush. Is this the one I want? You know what? Let's do this one. Oh, I like this one. This one's very thin, so yeah. Okay, so little buddy, little 1/4 inch flat brush. I'm gonna go ahead and press back and forth here into the white paint. So this particular style of snowflake is a really fun retro look, which I think goes nicely with the style. I don't have it on the model, but that's okay. And so this is optional. But let's just make it, looks like a little plus sign to begin with. And then I'll do a little diagonal and then another little diagonal. And so I'll just sprinkle these around. A lot of people end up really enjoying this part of it. I think it's relaxing. And it definitely helps to use the line edge of the brush. So you just want to hold it like a pencil, making sure that when you load up the brush, firm pressure. So that it does load it up with paint, but it keeps the edge nice and thin. It's definitely a really important part, or else your lines will be really thick. And I think it helps for the lines to be thin. And just be kind of random about it. Sprinkle them all around. Let's do one more here. Okay, awesome. Is that all I want to do? Maybe one more here. All right, lovely. I'm gonna rinse out my brush. I think I am done. I think I'm done. Okay, so this has been so much fun. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been our cute little Merry Christmas llama. So I'll be doing lots of fun live painting classes this weekend. Lots more Christmas. So lots more tomorrow. I can't remember what I'm doing. Oh, I know I'm doing a snowman with ornaments for sure. And there's another one too, but for sure that one. And so I'll see you. Yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm not sure what time, but definitely see you tomorrow. Probably earlier and then a little bit later, and then I have another live tomorrow night too. So y'all take care. Have a great evening, and we'll see you soon. And everything that you need here that you see, you can just find it on our website, tipsyartist.com. But see y'all soon. Mwah.